And that, everybody, was the sound of a cold beer being opened, which means you join us here in the first episode of the Gentleman's Beer Pod, a brand new podcast in which four noble gentlemen, or three noble gentlemen and Mike, drink beer and shoot the shit. My name is JJ, and I am joined by...
Ryan.
Mike.
And I'm Dan.
How the devil are we doing, boys?
Aye, not so bad, can't complain.
Bloody lovely. Bloody lovely.
We are called the Gentleman's Beer Pod, so we have to disclose to the audience what beer we are currently drinking. Otherwise, what's the point in calling it Gentleman's Beer Pod?
May as well not even call it anything if we ain't got. That's our identity almost.
Exactly.
I won't want to not have a beer.
So, who wants to go first? Who wants to tell us what beer they are drinking right now? What's their refreshment of choice?
I'll kick off. So I've got a Brewdog Lost Lager dry hop pilsner.
Fancy. Right. Someone's doing well.
660 millilitres. It's a big boy.
He's got a big boy.
That's huge,
tall boy.
mate.
That's super cool as well. I had it in the freezer for the last 10 or so minutes.
That is outrageous.
Very, very high quality beer to kick us off there. Really high quality.
I've even poured it out into a pint glass. We're ready to go.
Was it in a bottle?
Yeah, it would have been in a bottle if it's 660.
It's come in a bottle and I've put it into a pint glass.
Lunatic.
And there's leftovers in the bottle.
You're a lunatic, mate.
Lunacy. Absolute lunacy. Everything tastes better from a bottle.
I can't believe that what I'm hearing right now.
If it was a can, fair play.
What are we listening to? It's a Gentleman's Beer Pod.
I can't believe we're opening controversy.
That's disgusting. What?
Right off the bat.
Bloody hell. Wow. Ryan, can you rescue us here?
Don't worry. I've got a trick or two up my sleeve. So I'm drinking a Toast beer.
Excuse you.
So it's by a brewery called Toast, and this is the first time I've ever had it. So this is the first sip I'm about to have. So.
An exclusive.
Yeah, I thought I'd wait, and it's really, really cold. So I'm excited. So let's go.
Can I just clarify? Is it in a bottle? Have you poured? Oh, I heard that down your throat. Oof.
That's not the first time.
That's in a can. That's in a 330ml can. And you know what? That is really nice.
Ooh, great. Rave reviews.
I'm a big fan of a Toast Lager, to be fair. A Toast Lager, do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really nice beer. Really nice beer.
Would you say it's crisp? Would you say it's refreshing?
It's crisp, refreshing, planet saving, mate.
Wow. Well, I'll drink to that. Look, before we go over to Dan, I'm gonna have to come clean. I'm really sorry, lads. I'm sitting here drinking a bottle of Heineken.
Oh, that's not going to go down well with Dan. That's not going to go well with Dan.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm so sorry. I didn't have time to go to the shop today and get a better beer, so we're drinking Heineken. I do apologise. We've dragged us down straight down to the sewer, I'm afraid.
I'd rate it in my bottom 5 beers. It's absolutely disgusting.
Bottom 5. Wow.
Bottom 5.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that it disguises itself as one in the upper echelons of that casual beer market, but it's really not.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It tries to show itself off as premium. Absolutely not. It tastes like dirt water.
Mike, do you want to put that dictionary away, mate?
Mike's been saving these words for weeks since we formed this idea.
Yeah.
I have, honestly, I've just been walking around with a notepad and pen thinking big words.
He's been walking around just reading the dictionary, like in a dodgeball. So, Dan, what are you drinking?
Save us here. We've had 2 very poor ones.
So today I'm supping a Brooklyn East IPA, which is a very, very hoppy IPA, and it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. This is about I think I got 24 of them. And I think I'm on about beer number 20 now, so we're getting through them.
I hope 20 beers is different sittings, by the way. Because otherwise it's a big day for you, Dan.
It's a massive day.
It's different sittings. I was very nervous for the podcast beginning, so I thought that, kick myself off earlier.
20 beers.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you know how you're editing this? When he says very hoppy, can you edit like a rabbit hopping about? What does a rabbit hopping about even sound like, to be fair?
Are we going for one of those radio shows where we get really, really obscene sound effects in the background and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for you, just for you.
Well, now that we've got that cleared up, now we've got our drinks out in the open. Shall we start with our first feature?
Yeah, I think we should.
Now, I have had a slight revelation here, and I'm gonna reveal it exclusively to you on podcast. So, the first feature is the sin bin, or as someone floated around the idea of the Gulag. Now, that comes with a bit of copyright trouble. So seeing as it's called the Gentleman's Beer Pod, how about the Brewlag?
Oh, you love it!
Oh my god, unreal.
Nice.
World exclusive.
No, that's big. I rate that.
Yeah,
Big.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah, we had no idea you had that up your sleeve, and that sounded sarcastic. I'm being genuine.
That sounds very sarcastic.
We
but-
didn't.
This is genuine shock. I'm very
I've
impressed.
got it written as sin bin on my laptop. So yeah, the brew lag is unreal. Yeah, big fan.
So there you go. Can we get a sound effect for that, Ryan? Can you play it right now after I say these words? What? That was great. That was a really good sound effect. That I don't know how you came up with that, but that was genius, man. So who wants to describe what the brew lag is to our viewers?
Just play Go the Boys, isn't it? Throw cans at people.
Sink cans of people. So basically, what the brew lag is it's a room where all the things that you hate, you can't deal with anymore, that you just don't want to look at, all the worst things in the world go, and they're never to be seen again or heard of again, at least hopefully.
Yeah. It's basically hell, but like
But worse.
instead of lava, there's carling and.
Oh, I wish I'd thought ahead and put Carlin in the brew lag.
Well, it's never too late, mate. We haven't heard it. Shall we collectively agree that carling should be in the brew lag?
A part of me agrees, but the part of me knowing that if my mum hears this, she'll kill me, says no.
Send her to the brew lag then, mate. Shouldn't you never hear from her again?
Your mum's in the brew lag, lad, and she ain't coming out.
Should we take a universal vote? Mike's mum and Carlin in the brew lag, yes or no? So yes from me.
Aye.
My hand, you can't see, but my hand is up. I'm very on board with that idea.
Very on board as well.
I've been outvoted. Sending me mum to the brew like who thought?
It's alright, she might get redeployed.
Yeah, she might get redeployed. It's fine.
Alright, so who's got the first suggestion for the brew lag then? What are we saying?
Shall we randomise it on this wheel of names?
Yeah, go on.
You randomise it.
So bear with me while I just get it on my phone. You can't really see it, so I could just be lying, but I'll promise you I won't lie.
That's not a liar sounds like.
Oh no, we trust you
Right, and we're shuffling.
every day.
We're shuffling. And okay, it's landed on me. So that
Definitely lying.
that automatically makes it seem like I was cheating.
Definitely fixed.
So okay, well, sorry to steal the limelight. I promise you I wasn't cheating there. But do you want to hear what my brew lag is?
I would love to hear what your brew lag is.
Yeah, go on, JJ. Kick us off. I think someone needs to kick us off.
I don't think you lads will agree with this, but I'll put it out there anyway. I'm sending to the brew lag mushrooms.
Oh, the word.
Whoa.
Nah.
They're wrong. They unsettle me.
You're
When I look
wrong.
at a mushroom, I think you're hiding something. You're not quite right.
You've definitely spoken to the wrong group here.
That's what I thought. I didn't think it'd be a popular opinion.
Can I chime in?
Absolutely.
I would 100% send mushrooms to the brew lag.
Oh,
100%.
Yes, thank you, Ryan.
Hate
Love
them.
to hear that.
Absolutely hate them.
Yeah. So, Mike and Dan, as vegans/vegetarians, whatever you are, when you look at a mushroom, are you telling me you don't look at that and think, what are you hiding?
I look at that and think, fry that bad boy up and chuck a load of butter in with it. Maybe a bit of garlic.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Garlic mushrooms.
For days.
Whew. Beautiful.
A fate worse than death, that.
So I have a question. I have a question about the way this podcast moves forward. If it's 2v2, how do we decide?
Well, I would say that just isn't a unanimous vote.
It needs to be a unanimous decision to send something to the brew
Yeah,
lag.
so it needs to be 3/4. Otherwise, it's in brew lag limbo, really.
Yeah, so are you telling me, Mike, Dan, you're not, interested in jumping off that fence?
No, I can't get on board with it.
I'm not interested. I'm on no fence, mate. I'm firmly on the mushroom side.
I had mushrooms for my tea like 5 minutes ago. Delicious.
Mike has just announced on this podcast that he's firmly on shrooms. I just thought I'd let everyone know that. He did say he was firmly on shrooms.
So that's a very unsuccessful start to the brew lag there.
Yeah. Do you want to do another randomised, JJ?
Yeah,
Just
who's
because we
next?
can.
Spin him.
I'm hoping it's me. I've got a good one.
I'm excited.
Well, luckily, Daniel,
Is it me?
It is you. You are next. You're next up into the brew lag. Not rigged, I
Excellent,
promise
excellent. Right. So here, basically, we're in lockdown currently. I'm sure everyone else knows what's going on in the world. Been watching a lot of YouTube. Everyone's got a lot of time on their hands. The thing I'm sending to the brew lag today is a combination of things, but is honey, Squarespace, and Grammarly. Absolutely doing my head in. Every single
Man doesn't like his YouTube adverts.
every
does he?
single
you. No,
time.
you don't like adverts.
Look, man, I'll support anyone. I'll sit and watch YouTube adverts before a show. I'm fine with it. But if I have to watch the same advert every single time I click on a YouTube video, I'm done with it. And I want to send them to the brew lag.
Dan has obviously been watching a lot of Linus Tech Tips.
I have.
I was getting very nervous there because you said about YouTube. I thought you were going to say people that start YouTube channels, something that we've literally all done, and I was like, oh god.
Literally every single white person.
I nearly put white people as my first thing.
I can back Daniel's Brulag here because Grammarly does my head in.
I don't know what Grammarly actually is.
Just learn words, mate. Just learn words.
Do you know what's even worse? I have Honey installed, and it still, to this day, has not worked once. And it's still, to this day,
I don't know what
appears
Honey
every
is.
single time I go on a YouTube video. It's that one
Please tell me what Honey is.
It's like Price Blink, man. You click the button when you're at the checkout, and it takes some money off, but it's never once worked for me.
It's a good idea, but the execution is quite poor because there's hardly any vouchers or coupon codes.
And they
I
expire
think
pretty
it's worked
quick.
like twice for me.
To be fair, I've had it work quite a lot of times, Honey. So I actually rate it, but the same adverts before each video is annoying. You could probably put NordVPN in there as well. Raid Shadow Legends, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh no, I'm a big fan of Raid Shadow Legends. Like
Legends.
the greatest online RPG there is.
I personally back what Dan's saying here. That's a one vote.
Yeah, I can vote. Not particularly on those individual adverts, but just repetitive adverts for the same products on YouTube. I get behind.
I don't even need to give my opinion, but I do agree, but I don't need to give my opinion, do I? Because it's a unanimous decision either way. But yeah, yeah, they can go to the Brulag. And never come out.
Yes. Get in.
Well done. Well, shall we pour one out for Daniel, who's got the first ever in history thing into the Brulag?
I won't pour one out, but I'll take a swig for him.
Well, pour it out into your mouth, yeah.
JJ, I hope you're enjoying that nasty swill you're putting in your body right now.
You're poisoning yourself.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Heineken. I know people don't like it.
It nearly went in the Brulag today.
It's a nice light lager.
It's not my ideal choice, but like I rate it higher than quite a few beers.
It's cheap. It's cheerful. I also sometimes like sucking on pennies, so it's like
Dirty.
You get that
dirty
taste all in
metal
one.
water.
So it's me or Mike really.
Shall I re-spin? I'll random it, mate. Come on. We're spinning.
We'll randomise it, and then whoever's left is left.
Now, the wheels split 50-50 here.
Yeah.
Mike said whatever's left is left. Ryan's left, but Mike got chosen, so there you go.
Cool.
You're up.
You've got the floor.
The floor is yours. Why am I nervous?
So, putting in the Brulag. So, recently, I've been trying to get my cat to become an outdoor cat. And every year now, I've been letting him out in the garden, having a little roam around, and he's had a good time. But when it's time for him to come back in, he legs it. And then we get him back in the house, he's just screaming at the door for ages.
Are you putting cats in the Brulag?
Hang on.
Are you putting your own cat in the Gulag?
So, right now,
What?
I'm
What?
putting my own cat in the fucking Brulag.
What?
Jesus.
The lad
Jesus
has been an
Christ.
absolute nightmare.
So, I mean, we're not that far in to our podcast career, and your mum and your cat are getting sent down to the Brulag. Jesus.
I didn't make my mum in.
Joey's on thin ice.
Our lass is on thin ice. She sneezes again.
So, Mike, can you just confirm what exactly are you putting into the Brulag here?
I'm putting my cat into the Brulag right now.
Well, you've got two cats though, Mike. Which cat specifically are you putting?
Gigi. I think anyone who's met Gigi knows he can be annoying.
Well, for the listeners at home, describe why specifically Gigi over your other cat.
Rafa is sound. He just keeps to himself, walks around, eats a bit, sleeps, gets a fuss every here and there. He's great.
So he's a cat.
Gigi. Yeah, Rafa's just a standard cat. You don't no more, no
you
less.
just described a cat.
I know. It's mad, isn't it? My cat is a cat, but Gigi is an absolute nightmare sometimes. He's so cute, but he's a monster.
I mean, I lived with Mike for 2 years, so I can vouch for how much of a nightmare Gigi is. But Rafa has got he's a flawed human being. He's a flawed cat.
Once again, we're definitely talking about a cat.
He developed a habit for pooing on the floor, but he's slowly not doing it anymore.
Mate, you outed him.
You want to put Rafa in the Brulag?
I'm not putting Rafa in the Brulag.
You're not going to have anyone left in a minute, mate.
I have very vivid memories.
I'm putting my sen in the Brulag.
I have very vivid memories of that cat picking up an entire donut and running away with it.
Which is this the cat? Sorry, that Mike's trying to send to the Brulag.
No, they've both done it.
That's the one I didn't.
Well, I'll
Gigi doesn't steal food.
let me just say, if a cat picks up a whole donut, he's not going to the Brulag for me. It's a no.
It's a no. It's also a no for
Oh
me.
no,
It's
not
a
that.
flex.
It's Gigi on what and sent to the Brulag. He's an absolute nightmare.
It's still a no from
The
me.
thing is, right? Like I say, I lived with Mike for 2 years. I know some of the stupid stuff that Gigi does.
The shenanigans.
He used to try and get into the bin, successfully get into the bin. I had to it's one of them bins where you have to put your foot down. You put your foot down when you see him. You put your foot down, and obviously lid opens. Do it, and Gigi comes launching out of the bloody bin. So he is a nightmare. But I think you got to stand by your boys, mate. You got to back your boys, and you
got to back them. You got to back the boys.
You don't
I
put
think
your boys in the gulag.
I would say there are very few rules to the Gentleman's Beer Pod, and I would say one of them, 100%, is don't send your cat to the Brulag. I've got to say it.
It's almost like the first rule.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say
rule number one.
Always back your boys, but also I agree. You don't
That's
send
rule
your
number
cat
2,
to the-
yeah. But
to the
rule number
Brulag.
1 specifically is don't send your cat to the Brulag.
My cat is naughty. He's good lad.
He's not.
He's naughty.
He's going to carry on being naughty because he's not getting sent to the Brulag.
It's not.
It's a unanimous vote. It really is.
Unbelievable.
I'm on the back end of a 3-1 loss.
Absolutely, mate. The sheer confidence you had as well, delivering that to the group, thinking we would send your cat, despite the fact it's the first rule of the podcast.
In all fairness, JJ, you've not been playing a game of Warzone with me and had him screaming in the background.
Oh, we've played enough games of Warzone with you, Mike, to know what it's like. Don't worry.
Yeah, we have you screaming in the foreground.
Go on, Ryan. Moving on to Ryan. What are you putting in the Brulag?
Yeah, please, Ryan, please save us here, mate.
Well, I had two ideas. One of them was quite big, and I'm not sure.
Not safe for work.
Yeah, well, no, it's definitely safe for work, but I'm not sure I can put something this large in yet. I'm going to ease my sen in.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't go balls deep straight away.
Oh, it's 4 minutes in, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you could probably, if you do know me, and I hope you guys do, you know what? I got a bit of a pet hate recently, and yeah, so I'm going to throw bread clips into the Brulag.
Can we just put this to the unanimous yes now? I don't think it needs any further
Well,
explanation.
hang on a second.
Hang on,
Let's
I
hear
have
the
some
boy
strong
out.
feelings here.
So, look, I don't understand. It's a waste of plastic, first and foremost, and that's really bad for the environment. And also a waste of time. I just do the twisty method, get it in my cupboard, bish bash bosh, or bread bin, whatever you like, and then I go and enjoy the couple of seconds that I've saved, not using a bread clip, probably sip this beer.
Nice.
The thing is, there is one downside to that, but I think it's a downside to the bread anyway. Can't do it with Warburtons, can you? Can't do a twisty with Warburtons.
You can't do a
True.
twister. No twister.
But you can't do a bread clip with Warburtons. So what's Mark Warburton doing? I'm pretty sure that's obviously who owns Warburtons.
Yeah, he used to manage Forest, so I assume, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who.
Can I just come clean to you now, Ryan? I live in a bread clip household, I'm afraid.
Oh god.
Yeah, but
my
JJ, how much is that is your missus and how much that is you?
Right, I'll come clean once again and say earlier, right? So in this household, the bread clips are used for multiple things, right? They're not just for bread clips. For example, I looked earlier, and on the side, a packet of crisps. You can't even say it. A packet of crisps were closed with a bread clip.
From like a multi-pack or like one of the
A
ones?
big boy. It was closed with a bread clip.
That is more
Now-
acceptable.
You throw that bad boy up at the top, don't you?
Now, it's common that in our household, multiple things will be used, closed by a bread clip. But earlier, I had
Must be one pretty big bread clip.
huge. Well, not multiple things at the same time, as in multiple objects. Separate bread clips is what I'm saying, what I'm getting at.
More plastic
that's a
wastage.
joke.
And that's the joke. But I had frozen peas earlier. I opened them.
Mm-hmm.
I went to close them, and I didn't use a bread clip. I twirled it around.
Ooh, interesting. Controversial.
Mic drop. Unnecessary.
That is.
If it spins, it closes.
It's a waste of time.
If it spins, it closes.
Simple
And
science.
That's rule 3 of a Gentleman's Beer Pod. If it spins, it
Yeah,
closes.
exactly.
Yeah. Nah. Well, is bread clips going into the Brulag then?
Well, I've lived under the oppression of it for a long time, so absolutely yes.
Do you know what? We're a no bread clip family, but I wish we were.
Whoa!
Whoa!
I'm sick of bread going off. Like, the twisting method just doesn't do it sometimes. Like,
Wow.
Always does it. Always will.
Is Dan coming out as pro
I'm
bread
coming
clip
out as
right now?
pro bread clip.
Bread clip down, unbelievable.
I know.
You think you know someone?
You think you're okay, don't you?
Do you know what? I've got time to spare to clip my bread, as long as it stays fresh.
Well, the thing is, Dan, you're furloughed right now, so maybe you do. But for me and
You can't out a
you know,
boy
the
like
other people
that.
in the pod, we're working our asses off.
You can't out me like that. But
We're working our asses off, you know what I mean? And I just haven't got time for it. I've got work to do.
are you saying you're a key worker saving lives?
Would you, on a scale of 1 to 10, Ryan, how fresh is your bread?
It's very fresh because it's recently just been purchased.
I've heard it's like toast straight out the bag.
Yeah. Toast beer, toast fucking bread. That's what we like to see in his household.
Everything's stale. I don't even use any like cupboards. Fuck that. It's all on me. It's all on me dinner table.
Should we put this to a vote?
Let's put it to a vote.
Go on then.
I'm voting for yes, put it in the brew lag.
I'm also voting for yes, put it in the brew log.
Oh, I've been absolutely done here.
Been done 3-1.
I'm pro bread clip, and I'll die on that sword.
He's willing to die for it. Woo.
I wouldn't die for bread clips.
Fair play. You're like you say, you got to back your son, haven't you?
Rule number 2, back the boys. Rule number 4, back yourself.
Yeah, like how it's you back someone else before yourself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I know I'm a mess. I won't bat me.
Well, you've just broken rule number 4, mate.
But I think that's the. Is that not the fourth thing in the brew lag?
That's for all 4.
Is that not Carlin, Mike's mum, repetitive YouTube ads?
Oh, yeah.
And now bread clips.
I forgot we started with 2 from the start. I did forget that bit.
We slammed them doors shut on Mike's mum. Put it that way.
So, Ryan, please play us a sound of the brew lag shutting, please. Thank you. Great sound. Really good sound.
Cheers,
mate.
Ryan.
Really good sound, mate.
I've got another good sound for you. Ready?
Oh, Dan, that's filthy.
Was that a beer opening?
That's another
Mike.
beer opening.
Dude.
Right, so we're going to have to rate this podcast 18 plus.
Yeah, legit.
I think we had a second segment lined up.
Well, you've just, you've done it. I think, what? I think we'll let Dan Anderton take this one.
All right, so, we all spend a lot of time in the pub, pre-lockdown anyway.
Hang on, are you going straight into yours without introducing the segment?
No. I'm introducing the segment. Don't you worry.
Okay. Cool. So you're painting the picture, aren't you?
Yeah,
He's an artist.
We like
Paints
to spend
with
a lot of
words.
time in the pub as a group of young gentlemen who enjoy beer. And what do men and presumably women, I guess, do in the pub? They argue and they like to, they debate. And we've decided that the second segment this week is going to be called This or That, where we kind of basically we've all brought an idea to the table. Do you choose A or B? And there's going to be a nice debate. Who is going to, who's going to win?
Did you say a mass debate there, or?
Yeah, there's going to be a mass debate between some young gentlemen.
I can get aboard with that.
So shall we spin the wheel? See who's up on the podium first.
Yeah, go on.
It's
Spin the wheel.
spinning.
My ideas for this are excellent. Honestly, I've got 3 or 4 already.
Well, luckily, Daniel, you're up first. You've been chosen.
Am I first? Excellent. So I'm going to go for the first one, and I'm going to save my other good one for next week, or next 2 weeks, whenever we do the next one. I think growing up, everybody had a games console. And I think that everyone kind of has their own allegiance. Me, personally, I grew up with a GameCube. Love my Mario games, love Mario Kart. Anything I can get my hands on Mario-wise. Some people were PlayStation fans. I don't get that. I don't get it at all. So my question to you is, lads,
PlayStation?
I do own a PlayStation now, but I also own a Switch. But growing up, would I prefer to own a PlayStation 2 or a GameCube? That's my question to you, lads.
Ooh. Well, right off the bat, I'll tell you, I owned neither.
Was he an Xbox original, lad?
Xbox original.
Jesus, you poor human being.
Yeah, sorry, lads. But out of the two, which I wish that I could have owned, I think it would have been a GameCube.
That's fair. I'll jump in. I am firmly in the GameCube camp. I never had a PS2 until I bought it as a retro console. Like, I was mad in love with my GameCube when I got it. I begged my mum for one for years.
Mike, can you just confirm that you've just said you never had a PlayStation until you got it?
I didn't have a PlayStation 2 until I got one as a retro console, until it was long past its heyday.
Right.
Until he went and bought one, and then he had it.
And then he didn't need to buy
That's
one anymore. 'cause he had
unbelievable.
it.
No, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have
we
it
do know
like,
what you
as
mean.
soon as it
Exactly.
came
You
out.
said it.
We were well into the PS3 life cycle by the time this
understand.
happened.
You understand, Mike? You didn't have one, then you bought one, and now you have one.
Wait, so you bought it when the PlayStation 3 was out?
I bought a PS2 when the PlayStation 3 was out because I thought, there's a couple of games I missed here. I'm going to go back and play them.
So, Mike, would you then say that the PlayStation 3 is now a retro console? Because you said you bought it as a retro console.
I think anything that isn't that company's flagship at that time, I think it can border on that camp.
I wouldn't say it's retro, me.
I think unless it's the current console for that company, it's retro.
Nah, I completely disagree.
Old, and,
Completely
I think
disagree with
old and not current is different to retro.
But this isn't what we're debating. What I'm asking you is, did you want a GameCube or did you want a PlayStation?
I wanted a GameCube.
Wanting a GameCube from day one.
From day one, wow.
The second I found out what a GameCube was, I was at my friend's. I played Smash Bros with him. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I want one.
He didn't treat it like a PlayStation where he went and got one and then he had one. Ryan, what's your feelings on this? Come on.
So the first console I had growing up was a PlayStation, like the PlayStation 1. That was actually mine. Like I played like Mega Drive and that before, like at grandparents and stuff. But the first one I had was a PlayStation, and then logically I wanted the PlayStation 2. So we got the PlayStation 2. Crazy story, I know. And I bloody loved it. And then I think I didn't really appreciate Nintendo games until I was maybe a little bit older. Which is weird because obviously most people say that Nintendo's like marketed towards younger people, but no,
Yeah, Nintendo's like story-wise, it seems to be like leaning towards younger people, doesn't it? But I don't think it is.
Well, I mean, it's the cartoon characters and stuff. But anyway, the thing is, so I didn't really want a GameCube until towards the end of the GameCube's life cycle. But now, if I could looking back retrospectively, I would probably want a GameCube now. But I think that's maybe because I didn't play those games as much growing up. So I think I did the PlayStation 2 to death.
You want what you didn't have.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I think a lot of the games on the GameCube have stood the test of time, perhaps maybe a little bit more than the PlayStation.
Do you know people to this day still play competitive Super Smash Bros. Brawl?
I was gonna say
Melee, even Melee.
Yeah, people still say it's the best one.
People still play it. So I was a GameCube boy. Not gonna lie, first game I ever bought was Smash Bros. And Mario Kart on the same day. And
Double dash.
To me, the only reason double dash, 2 dashes, double dash.
Great game.
The only reason you'd want a PS2 nowadays, San Andreas.
But that's also out on every other platform now.
Yeah, exactly. I can play that on Xbox 360.
You can play it on PlayStation 4.
I'm firmly GameCube. Like, I would not trade it for, and it's in the shape of a cube. What more could you possibly want?
Exactly. I back that. I like that.
No, I can fuck with that.
Is that a unanimous GameCube?
That's a big GameCube win, I reckon.
I mean, I still feel like I'm on the fence just because of obviously how much like I didn't really have one growing up, so it wasn't like a childhood thing for me. But yeah, the GameCube has, I don't know, the GameCube still has like a bit of charm about it. It's a cute looking console. It used really tiny discs, and also you could probably put it on a chain. It's got a big handle, so you could probably put it on a chain and wear it as like a medallion, and you look pretty cool.
Try it out. Let's find out. That could be a
I need
thing.
to get a GameCube first. So
respect the drip.
So yeah, I'll go GameCube. I'm probably more on the fence than maybe you guys, but yeah, I'll go GameCube just because I suppose I wanted what I didn't have.
Fair. How are you sitting on it, JJ?
I'm off the fence, mate.
So you in a GameCube camp?
Yeah, in terms of what I wanted, yes, a GameCube, but unfortunately, depressingly, I had neither.
That's a solid 4-0 then.
Right, shall we spin the wheel for the next person after that earth-shattering defeat there for PlayStation 2? We're spinning. Next up to the podium, we've got Mike.
Right. So I think one big thing that we all kind of know about football attire in the modern day is the best kits normally are Nike or Adidas. Are we kind of in agreement? Are they the premium brands?
They're all about.
The big two, yeah.
Don't discount Umbro, mate.
Yeah, I like a bit of Umbro.
Oh, I like an Umbro.
90s Umbro.
Umbro comeback. They're big in Germany, mate.
How do you know that?
Because quite a few Bundesliga sides are wearing Umbro kits, including my elected side, Werder Bremen.
Wow. Well, lads, can I come clean to you now? Whilst I'm recording this pod, I'm wearing my the shirt of my club, and it's an Adidas. And you know what? It fits like a fucking glove, lads.
What club may that be?
That's Nottingham Forest, the world famous club.
Is that two-time European champions, Nottingham Forest?
You might have heard that once or twice, but yes, that is true. Embarrassing, awkward.
My football club's won the Champions League.
So anyway, I'm wearing Adidas. My only experience of my club is wearing Adidas. I wish, to be honest, it was either Nike or Adidas, because at the minute we've got bloody Macron.
Yeah, it's not a good look, is it?
That's bad.
So
That's bad.
I personally, from experience, like Adidas. We've had some good kits under Adidas. They fit nicely. So I think I'm going to have to go for that.
Jay's in the Adidas camp. What about you boys? What are you saying?
So I've kind of got the benefit of my club having been both those brands for pretty much the last, 15 years or so. So we were Nike. I support Manchester United, by the way. So we were Nike from about 2002, all the way up until about 2016 or something like that, and then we've been Adidas ever since. So look, there was some really good Nike kits that we had. We had some really nice Nike kits. The 08, 09, 07, 08, and then 08, 09 one was amazing. We won the Champions League and such a nice kit, clean, everything like that. But I feel like Nike just got really lazy. And when we actually went away from Nike started making nice kits. Like the last couple of seasons of Nike kits have been absolutely mint. And then, but I always wanted us to be Adidas. And since we've gone to Adidas, we've been really hit and miss. We've had a sick kit, then a terrible kit, then a sick kit, then a terrible kit. And it's been like that pretty much. So I think it's a hard one. But I think I've always preferred...
Gun to your head, if you could go back to Nike kits right now, would you?
No, I'll probably go Adidas. I do really like Adidas kits. I think I've always had a bit more of an affinity for Adidas than Nike. When we were Nike, I really wanted Adidas, and I was excited when it was taking over. So I gotta go with my gut, innit? Gotta back my son. Back the Germans.
Dan, what are you saying?
Okay, so for the viewers, I'm a Manchester City fan.
Boo!
I expected some.
So Ryan added them in, didn't he?
Podcast end, but no, that's fine.
Good sound effect.
Yeah, you
there.
have to admit afterwards. Cheers, Ryan. So we're on Puma now. Not to digress, which is, as the boys know, we talk about it quite regularly. They are the worst kits I've ever seen from Man City side in my entire life. We did have Nike.
Mate, you used to have Lecoq Sportif. Just remember that.
I was just about to say I long for the days of Lecoq Sportif, Kappa, Reebok. We had some beautiful kits in the early 2000s. Yeah, really, really good.
I tell you what, I was thinking about it recently. Those old Reebok kits from the early noughties were great. Not from just Man City, but all round. Like I loved the last Reebok kit Liverpool had.
Yeah, they're all Reebok were good. But yeah, I didn't enjoy the City Nike kits. I didn't think they were very good. I don't think we've had a good kit for a good couple of years. I don't know how you can get sky blue and white wrong, but somehow we managed to every year. But I long for the day when we have Adidas, and I'm firmly on the Adidas side. I think that Adidas is a much cleaner brand in terms of football wear.
See, I'm a very big fan of Nike trainers, so I choose Nike in most things. But when it comes to football kits, I think Adidas pinch it.
I agree, mate. Even though I've got a pair of Adidas trainers, I do prefer Nike trainers.
So off the back of this, I asked the question. This isn't my thing. This is just an additional thought. Umbro or Adidas?
Umbro in the present day, no. Umbro back in the day, Umbro 100%.
Because I think Umbro, Forest have had some tasty little Umbro numbers.
It's a bit of a weird one for me because naturally you associate Liverpool with Adidas Club, don't you?
Not really.
I think so. The Scouse culture is very associated with Adidas, and in all fairness, a lot of Liverpool's more successful years have been in Adidas kits. But I think during my time of being a Liverpool fan, from the mid-noughties to the early 10s, when we had the Adidas kits, I wasn't a big fan of them.
Can't believe you weren't a big fan of your own club.
So you hate your club, is that what you're saying?
No, I just wasn't a fan of the kits. I love the club. Wasn't a big fan of the kit itself. I bought the kits because, I'm a young lad and I'm buying Liverpool shirts. Why not? But I was kind of the opposite of Ryan, to be fair. Like, whereas Ryan was a Man United fan, seeing their team in night kits, looking at all the Adidas stuff, I was there thinking, oh man, Liverpool getting a night kit on the go. And the prospect of that happening now next season onwards is a bit exciting. So I'm going to go for Nike. Because I think, overall, I think they are the premium sportswear brand anyway. So I'm going Nike, but very optimistically Nike.
Optimistically Nike.
Not to speculate, but I think the leak of that Liverpool shirt that came out recently, like the one with the green and white hem, is one of the worst kits you've had for a while, if that's true. So
I've not seen that. I don't think I've seen that.
I quite like that kit.
I mean, you saw what they made under Warrior. That was bad.
Oh yeah, some of them Warrior kits were dreadful. Like, you can't get much worse than the first 3 or 4 Warrior kits.
I mean, even having a brand called Warrior on your kit is pretty weird. It's like being sponsored by No Fear.
it could be worse. You could be Everton and be sponsored by Hummel, who no one have ever heard of.
Hummel, yeah, Hummel getting it. No, Hummel did my old college kits.
Mate, Hummel did some bits kits. They did a couple of Real Oviedo ones back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like a couple of seasons ago.
Can we all agree? Fuck Macron.
Yeah, oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Macron kits.
The sportswear provider that is not the French Prime Minister or President or whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah, you seem very, very, like you cared about him a lot. Whoever the fuck he is.
I don't care. I have no opinion on that person whatsoever.
All right, so we've gone for Adidas, whatever you want to call it.
Ooh, Adidas. Someone's cultured.
He's from a city of culture. You know what I mean? So that just leaves JJ and Ryan, I believe, to do with this or that.
So shall we spin?
Oh, spin it.
Oh, lovely spinning.
Great sound effects again, Ryan. It's me. I'm up.
JJ Armstrong, nice to meet you.
So, both of these people are equally as annoying as each other.
Oh, we're going humans.
Well, maybe. I don't know if you can call it a human. We're going for Stuart Little or Joffrey Baratheon.
Jesus Christ.
So, are we going on which we like more?
How am I meant to follow that up?
Yeah, which one do you detest the least? I know it's hard because you detest both of them.
Gun to your head, which one would you put in the Gulag?
Gun to your head, which one would you rather see dead?
I'd rather see Stuart Little dead.
Wow,
Jesus
straight out the
Christ,
bat.
He's a mouse.
Come on,
Fuck.
He's a fucking rat is what he is, mate.
I'm a cat owner. I've got a side with the cats.
Mate, you wanted to put your cat in the Gulag earlier.
Yeah, then we establish the rules of back you boys.
But that's like saying you want to murder someone and then being like, oh yeah, they're my friend, I won't do that.
Look, boys, you can't have it both ways.
You've got some very mixed up morals here, Mike. You're trying to have it both ways.
You can't establish rules. Look, I'm just trying to play both sides. So
You can't back your cat and also send it to damnation. That is not the rules.
Mike, have you even looked at the Gentleman's Beer Club handbook? I bet he skimmed it. Didn't
The
even
only
skim
thing
it.
I look at is the alcohol content on the side of the bottle, and I think, is that enough?
And then he puts it in a pint glass.
Weak.
You're drinking beer from a can, Ryan.
Yeah, but it's craft beer. I feel like it has to be.
I like canned craft.
We can talk about this at a later date.
Ryan, if you've not got a this or that, there's yours.
Oh, it's probably better than what I've got, so...
So, anyway, we're digressing. Stuart Little or Joffrey Baratheon?
It's time for me to come clean and say that I have never seen Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
And nor do I ever plan on watching Game of Thrones. I think I've seen the first episode and it just doesn't do it for me. So I've googled Joffrey Baratheon, if that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
I think I spelled it wrong. This guy looks like a knob.
Yeah, he does. He is.
He's a bit of a dickhead. But the thing is, he creates some good drama for the show.
Yeah, but Stuart Little's a bellend. He's smug.
That is true. He's a smug little shit, innit?
And he gets adopted over an actual human child, and I just can't get behind that. So he's absolutely... This guy on my screen right here, Joffrey Baratheon, is staying.
He's staying
Joffrey
alive.
Baratheon lives.
Wow.
He lives.
Ryan, weigh in on this subject, please.
Oh, God, I hate Stuart Little with every fibre of my being. Get rid of the cunt.
You've put it beautifully. I think for me, myself, Joffrey Baratheon, look, he's a horrible guy. No one really likes him. He's venomous, you could say. But Stuart Little is just a little fucking cunty little rat ugly twat. Like, no one fucking likes Stuart Little. He's just a little shithead.
God, fuck Stuart Little, man.
Just fuck him. Do you know what pisses me off the most, right? Stuart Little in the hit film Stuart Little 2. This bird rocks up and he falls for a shit and it just does my head in. Why? He's thick. He's thick as fuck. Also, he's driving around in that little car thinking he's a Barry Big Bollocks, but he's nothing. He's pathetic.
He's a whip, mate. Don't disrespect the whip.
I disrespect Stuart Little's...
Respect the whip.
I disrespect his whip, mate. Now, I assume we've all seen him play football as well.
Oh, mate, the lad's got no techers.
Nah, he can't do it. He can't play football. He's a mouse. Not even a convincing mouse either. He's barely even that.
Not.
Now, I think
Are you telling me you're not convinced that Stuart Little's a mouse?
No, I don't trust him, mate. I don't trust him.
We need to have words.
I think he's probably a mushroom.
I reckon we get Jeremy Kyle out of retirement and do the DNA test because JJ isn't convinced.
Yeah, I don't trust him, mate. He's like a wolf in sheep's clothing, or a twat in mouse clothing.
I've heard a rumor he might be a person voicing a mouse, and I don't want to fuel those rumors.
Whoa! Where have you heard that?
I think I read it somewhere, or someone sent it to me on
You
the
can't
street.
be throwing things like that, man. That's
Someone
outrageous.
just saw him on the street and was like, "Hey, did you know that Stuart Little is actually a person whose voice is a
He's
mouse?"
heard whispers on public transport.
Imagine breaking a 2-meter rule, tell someone that.
I respect it. Off the side of that, I've got another question.
Go on.
I think it's a resounding send Stuart Little to hell here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Shoot
sure.
him in the moon.
I asked you this question off the side of that. Who would win in a fight between Stuart Little and Scrappy Doo?
Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, Scrappy Doo would do me.
No, he's a pussy, mate. He's a pussy.
Scrappy Doo was scrapping.
No, Scrappy Doo's a pussy.
What we've got to remember is Scrappy Doo is a heavy drug user.
He is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Raggy.
So, when he's heroined up to his eyeballs and Stuart Little comes rolling over in his bloody whip,
Run Scrappy Doo over.
yeah, knocks his toes over.
GTA motherfucker, 50 points, he's gone.
Now, just to spoilers, the correct answer is Scrappy Doo would win, but it's not convincing.
No, of course.
It's a lot closer, due to their heavy drug use.
Yeah.
Mate, I want to see them both in the octagon.
I'd like seeing them both in the Gulag.
Fair, yeah. Rocks only in the Gulag. Jeez.
I have heard rumours that Stuart Little's quite nifty in Warzone. Got a few dubs. So I'll credit where credit's due. Fair play.
He's better than us then. Jesus.
That's weird because the controller's like 2 times the size of him. Like, how does he do that?
Yeah, it's bigger than him.
He's got a custom. He's got a modded controller.
Of course he does. He's a fucking idiot. He's a little rat. Of course he does.
No, I mean,
Right.
he's a mouse. And you're not even a convincing mouse at that, is what you said.
No, true. You're speaking truth here, Ryan.
Yeah, you know.
Even though you literally saying my own words back at me, you are speaking truth.
I know how to play to the crowd.
So, anyway, from that, Ryan, what have you got?
Oh, well, mine's really bad, so I kind of want to go with a beer one instead, but I'll go with it.
Right, we'll listen. We'll hear you out.
I was watching some Simpsons earlier, like we all love to watch the Simpsons.
Yeah, we all.
And there's
we love
a
Simpsons.
scene in where Dr. Nick sees one of his old patients and he goes, I can't remember the guy's name fully, but I think he's Mr. McGregor. And he goes, if this isn't Mr. McGregor with a leg for an arm and an arm for a leg. So I put it to you, would you rather have legs for arms or arms for legs?
See, that is strong.
Arms for
That
legs.
is strong. Whoa, Mike, straight in there. Jeez, he's not even thought about it. It's straight on there.
Straight up and arms or legs. You're basically asking the question, Ryan, would I rather have 4 legs or 4 arms?
Oh, he's making a good point. I hate that Mike's right.
And in all fairness, right, I'd rather have 4 arms than 4 legs.
No, I don't
You gotta think,
I
right?
would.
Here's the question. Would you rather be Stuart Little or Goro?
What?
Ooh. Goro is the guy from Mortal Kombat, right? With 4 arms.
Right, I do not. That's gone straight over my head.
What about Machamp? Does that bring it back?
Match
home
up
for you?
also, yeah.
Yeah, but what you're saying there is that Stuart Little's got 4 legs, which is that's not.
He's a mouse. He's got 4 legs.
Yeah, he does. To be fair,
No, but they don't. He's got no.
You know
mice
what?
can
Once
hold
again,
things.
I hate that Mike's right.
Mice can hold things with their front paws. They're not feet. They're not feet, man. They're hands.
See what I mean? Not even convincing.
I'm pretty sure mice might have opposable thumbs.
How do mice run?
Well, in the movie, mate, he's up on his legs, mate. He's got arms.
Sorry, Stuart Little has arms. That's why he's not a convincing mouse.
How can Stuart Little drive a car with 4 legs?
And that's the and that's the only
Exactly.
thing. That is the only thing that makes him not a convincing mouse. Is that he has arms.
Does he wear shoes on his arms?
He wears a fucking stupid little jumper, and I ain't seen any mouse with stupid little jumpers around my end.
Stuart, if you're listening, you're not welcome around here, mate. Get off the fucking podcast.
He's not going to be a guest.
Now, I'm looking at a picture here of I know it's not great on a podcast to say something visual, but I'm looking at a picture here of Stuart Little driving a car, and he's holding the wheel. You can't do that with your fucking feet.
In all fairness, I have Googled, does Stuart Little have arms? And it is inconclusive.
Right, well, I think we've deviated a little bit from Ryan's original point. Would you rather have arms for legs or legs for arms? I would say...
Mr. McGregor.
I would say arms for legs, I would say.
Definitely having legs for arms.
Whoa, that's...
Really?
Definitely.
What would you do with your leg arms?
Run really fast on 4 legs. Like a puma.
I put it to you, right? How do you wank?
Yeah, but how do you hold things, mate?
It's right. I'll get someone to do it for me. It's fine.
How would you scran some absolute nice bit of toast that you just made in the morning?
Yeah.
I don't know, but my cat finds a way, so therefore I'm going to assume that I'll be fine.
Yeah, but your cat doesn't make the toast.
That is true.
Touche. All right, fair play. He needs me as much as I need him. You're right.
Wait, but if you both had four legs, you could be in it together. You could help each other out.
Yeah, true.
I'm standing still. I'm firmly for 4 legs.
In all fairness, man, if you've got 4 legs, you're not standing still.
Yeah. If anything, you're too fast, mate.
You're on your bike, not literally, but you're on your bike.
Yeah, you won't be able to ride a bike because you've got 4 legs.
If the question is though, Dan, if you've got 4 legs, which ways do your knees bend?
They all bend forward like my normal knees, Mike.
That's awkward.
So it'd be like an elephant. Elephants are the only animals that can't jump, and also they have 4 knees. And now Dan.
And me, an elephant and Dan.
Well,
Fuck.
cool.
Oh, so
Wow.
Dan's giving his answer. So JJ, what are you saying?
I said 2 arms, mate. General Grievous here, double wanking. It's perfect.
Oh, fair.
And also, you can like still walk 'cause you can like just do handstands permanently. So it.
I mean, like monkeys pretty much have hand legs, almost.
Yeah, monkeys have hand feet.
I'm gonna side with the majority at the moment because I've just thinking about it. Do you know them guitars that are like double guitars? Oh, I would shred. I would
Nice.
shred.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, but I put it to you, right? Double skateboard.
Ooh. Oh, he's thinking.
Well, yeah, but I had a tech deck back in the day, so I think I'll be pretty good.
Man, you could have
Yeah,
so many
but think of
techniques.
four skateboards.
Right?
If you had arms for legs, think how many times you'd be able to use those little fingerboards.
Yeah, well, I've already said
Yeah.
that. That's what I'm gonna
Tech
do.
deck.
I said I'm good at tech decks.
Mike, get ahead in the
tech deck
game,
is
Mike.
it?
Come on.
I'll just end them as fingerballs.
Finger balls?
Finger balls.
Fingerboards.
Oh. I definitely heard that as finger balls there.
Yeah,
So what you're saying
no,
is,
I
Mike,
heard
you're
that.
uneducated in tech decks.
Yeah, well, yeah. Mike is not an educated man. He's from the Nunsthorpe.
It's from the nonce
I
what?
don't know what you're trying to say here, mate.
So there's a estate in Grimsby where me and Mike are from, which we've never mentioned that before.
The nunny.
The Nunny.
Is that what it is? Because
Nunsthorpe.
I've heard you reference it, but I actually never knew what it was.
So it's an estate in Grimsby that's notorious for it's just a really really shitty area. It was on a
It's a bit of a rough
it was
area.
on a documentary called Skint
Oh, yeah.
on Channel 4. They did one of
Do you know
Scunthorpe
what?
as well.
Which is pretty wild. My Facebook memories today, right?
Mhm.
This is unbelievable. This is such a coincidence. 7 years ago today, my Facebook memories, I wrote a status that said, Skint is the only program I've seen aside from Jeremy Kyle where the people on it can count how many teeth they have on one hand and how many GCSEs they have on one finger. So 7 years ago to this day, I wrote a status about Skint, and here we are.
You might have been watching the one about the Nunsthorpe as well.
You might
There
have
you
been
go.
mugging people. You might have been mugging Mike off before you even knew him.
Yeah, exactly.
Drove past this Mars house. It says she wouldn't have been in there. She's in the Gulag.
Yeah. Sinking some cans, trying to get out. It'd be like that.
She's never getting out.
Meanwhile, his cat's jumping into the fucking bin.
but we're not letting it go into the brew leg. We won't let it go.
Once again, we have digressed quite a lot.
Yeah, we got off topic quite a bit here, don't we?
So what? 4 arms or 4 legs? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, 4 arms for me.
4 arms for me.
I've already got 4 arms. I want 4 legs.
You've already got
You've
4
already
arms.
got 4 arms.
Like 4 arms, like FORE. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's playing the
It was,
word
a,
game.
it was a pun. I'm here all week.
Nice.
Nice, I like that.
We have fun, don't we? We do have fun.
Well, yeah, fun.
Yeah, we do.
Ryan, decide and vote.
Oh no, it's 100%. I'm having arms for legs, mate. You know that I'm starting like a 1-man band.
Nice.
Oh, man's gonna shred. So that's a tie.
No, it's not.
Do you not? 3-1? Oh, am I the
3-1.
only leg man? Oh,
You're the only leg man, Dan.
I'm the only leg end.
Leg man, Dan.
Well, I think on that, I think we'll wrap up there then. That is officially episode 1. Yeah, Ryan, you feel free to record your own outro away from the pressure of the boys.
I reckon just we're all in lockdown. Stay safe. Have yourself a nice little crisp, refreshing, planet-saving craft lager, and just stay safe.
And remember, rule number 1: always back your boys, always back your cats. That's 2 rules actually. Ignore what I said. Just listen to what Ryan just said.
And fuck Stuart Little.
Fuck Stuart Little.
Yeah, fuck Stuart Little, man.
Fuck you, little.
Cool.
Fuck you,
Cool. Right, it's been a pleasure, boys. It's been a pleasure.